In Pedagogy of the Oppressed, which I'm sure we've heard about quite a bit, he argues that education must be an act of liberation and not just the deposit of information into passive minds. Really, it's just about the idea of co-creating knowledge between a teacher and a learner. But I really want to focus on what Freire writes in Pedagogy of Hope, because he clarifies something even more radical, right? That hope is not a feeling, it is not optimism, but rather that hope is discipline. That hope is a political act. That hope is the refusal to surrender imagination to the forces that profit from despair. Freire insists that without hope, there is no struggle. Without struggle, hope becomes empty. And this, again, takes me back to that cowpea. Because the cowpea is hope as discipline. It's hope that works. It's hope that digs. Hope that roots itself in impossible ground. It doesn't survive because the soil is kind, but because the seed is stubborn. And so in my work, I've seen hope take shape, not as a sentiment, but as practice, as pedagogy, as construction. And I want to speak to that today. For me, hope is this story that a colleague shared with me, a colleague who, in many ways, metaphorically and in reality, stands in what we call the doorway. This year, I worked with a woman, a Black woman who is navigating predominantly white institutional spaces, who described her position as standing in the doorway, right? Not fully welcomed in the room, not fully embraced outside of it. Hands on the frame, body is in the threshold, absorbing microaggressions on one side and critique from her own community on the other. And yet she stands, right? She does not stand to guard the door. She stands to keep it open, to make sure that those coming behind her can enter with less bruising than she has endured. This is not just a metaphor to me. This is hope as labor, right? Hope as endurance, hope as political resistance in systems that were never designed to hold her dignity. And her doorway work taught me that first principle of hope, that hope is catalyzing. And for it to really take root, you have to believe in people. You have to believe that people are able to cross the threshold. You have to believe that they deserve to cross the threshold. You have to believe that they will carry others with them. And you have to believe this even when institutions give you every reason not to. And in many ways, this is the doorway where many educators stand. But of course, we cannot remain there forever. I'll speak about that a little bit later. Hope is generative as well. To me, it makes new worlds possible. And this was really shown to me, revealed to me in one of the programs that I facilitate. It's a leadership and climate justice program for young girls from under-resourced communities in Cape Town. And here I witnessed this generativity unfold in the smallest yet most transformative way. In this space, we're discussing language. Many of the girls entered the program exhausted by English. Their home languages are not English. In fact, English is the language of school. It's the language of correction. It's the language of coloniality. But here in this room, in this program, they could slip between isiXhosa, between isiZulu, or any of their home languages. And they were able to exhale.